And what we are trying to do in this particular in this particular e-commerce chatbot is we are trying to customers are asking questions, and based on customer questions, you are trying to give them information about products, about orders, about refunds, and all of these kinds of things. So based on the customer questions, you are able to you're effectively able to give them uh, you're responding to their questions, product inquiries, policy inquiries, and things like that. Okay, so the overall idea is very, very similar. At a high level, we have got two different things here. So we have a database, and on this we will use a data frame agent, right? So we have a database which will consist of the typical orders information. Okay, so when you order something, you have the products, you have the product catalog. So all that will be part of the database, right? So the ecom DB will contain all the product specific data, the order specific data. All that will be there in the ecom DB. It's a transactional database, right? Let's say. So you will create a SQL data frame agent on top, create SQL agent on top of that. Users can ask questions in natural language and the answers will be fetched from the database. We already saw multiple times how to do that. We also additionally have a policy docs file. The policy docs file, it has some kind of product information. Okay, so the policy docs file has some kind of product information. Okay, it is used for policy inquiry, product inquiry. So if you want to ask something about return policy, okay, so some user has reached out and saying, okay, the return policies are what? So that is part of the policy docs. And you can see, you can actually download and check what content is there. Let me show you. Let me show you what content. And why am I showing this to you? Because this is where we will use a RAG tool. We discussed RAGs extensively in the initial part of our session. And that time we only created RAG applications. But now what we are trying to do is we will create a RAG application. We will wrap it as a tool and we will use it as part of an agent. So this is a end-to-end demo where we are using RAG as part of an agent. I hope you are able to connect the dots well. Okay, so you can see this is the policy docs that we have right now. Okay, actually it's a vector DB. So the documents are not given, but the indexing part is already done. You can see that when I open up the policy docs, when I unzip the file, inside that we already have the chroma DB that is created for us. Okay, so the vector DB is already given to us. So basically, we already have the embeddings and the chunk embeddings and the text is already given to us. Okay, so this part is already done. But any which ways, this further tells us that this is the RAG-based approach. So we will use a create SQL agent to get products information from here, and we will use a RAG-based approach to get the policy information from here. So these are the two tools that we will create. Rest of the workflow is very, very similar. You can go over it. So see, this is the create SQL agent that we are creating. And if you come all the way down, this is the part where we are creating the RAG tool. So first you instantiate the RAG. Remember the vector DB creation is already done. We already have the vector DB created here. So no need to do the indexing part. It is already done. And we are simply doing the loading. We are simply loading the vector DB. See, this is the part where I'm using Chroma to load the persisted DB. Okay. And then we define the RAG system message, user message template, retrieve the top 5 chunks. Retrieve the top 5 chunks. And then we go and wrap it as a tool. Tool is nothing but a function. So whatever thing we did in the RAG, we wrap it as a tool. And here we are simply testing the RAG. Okay, so what is the RAM on the mobile phone? So what it does, based on the user query, we are going to the vector DB, retrieving the top 5 relevant chunks and answering the question. This is what we already saw. But now the only thing is now we have a RAG tool. And this we will eventually use in the whole agent. We created a few other tools to capture feedback because honestly, what happens is when you're interacting with a real chatbot in the e-commerce or Amazon, whatever, you will actually at the end when you close the chat, they ask you for feedback. So this is the final feedback collection, the survey collection that we do. So this is a small tool that we create, a function that we create to register feedback, and we create one more function for defer to human. Like for example, logs customer details and reason for deferring to a human agent. Sometimes the e-commerce bots will say, okay, do you want to talk to a human being? So this is another function that we are creating for that. These are some external functions that we are creating. This is for logging and stuff. And then finally, this is the most important part. We are creating the final agent here. And you can see we have got 5 tools with us: SQL tool, RAG tool, defer to human, register feedback, and day since. Okay, so these are the 2 most important ones that we saw, and the other was generic tools that we created. And this is the whole agent that we have. And now you can actually see how to work with the chatbot. See, this is how the chatbot will work. When I say chat with agent, you can see you can see how the chat agent will work now. So, hi, how can I help you? I want to check my orders for the last 2 months. This is the complete agent, right? So, given the user query, the agent will figure out, this is using a React framework, thought, action, observation. The agent will figure out what tool to use. So, the user wants to know they order from the last 2 months. So, that means SQL tool has to be used because the order information is present in the SQL DB. So, the agent will be able to figure out that, okay, it seems that there are no orders placed by you. Done, completed. Okay, next, I want to buy a keyboard. Do you have any? So now the RAG tool will be called invoking RAG tool. So go and look up in the vector DB what are the relevant things with respect to keyboard and return the information. Okay, so finish. We have the premium keyboard and all the details are listed out. Okay, straightforward. Return policy, cancellation policy, warranty, all the policy related stuff is written down. And this is the complete answer that you will get. And finally, what will happen? Uh, you can see, no thanks. You want to purchase. If you have any other questions, feel free to ask. No thanks. When I say no thanks, what will happen? Thank you for considering. Rate it. This is the feedback tool getting called. Can you see? So based on your answer, the agent is able to figure out that okay, the user wants to end the chat. Okay, so now we call the feedback tool. You give a rating, and that will be registered in the feedback tool. So can you see invoking register feedback? The feedback will be registered, and the chatbot chat will complete. So this is how you can think of a fully functional complex chatbot. Okay, so when we interact with a chatbot is usually it's a kind of a very complicated agent where there are multiple tools that are working behind the scenes. And this demo was to give you a very basic idea in terms of how to think about an agentic kind of a system, a really real-time kind of a chatbot. When you think about it, this is actually how things are working. All the pieces are working behind the scenes.